Hello, hello. Everything good here? How's everybody doing? Guys ready to talk some shit about some players? Reddit style? Damn. Thanks for the bits. Cap Knop. Now we're gonna be easy on the players. Nice hairstyle. I call it the just out of the shower wet hairstyle. Actually, I didn't do a hair check before the stream. That's fine. We'll let it rock. Alright, so review time. Now, just a warning. You see these little lines down here on this video? Basically, I was watching it earlier and I was taking some notes, and I got about half hour in before I said, fuck it, we'll do it live.
We'll do it live!
Because it was taking way too long. So, fair warning, there's gonna be a lot of rewinds, a lot of, pauses and stuff. This isn't gonna be quick. We're going in depth. We're, taking our time. Alright? No complaining, you've been warned. Let's do it.
Parts about Team USA where you think back to the group stage, their tank line was very good, but ladies and gentlemen,
let's see what's going on
Team
here.
USA out of the gates. There is that Ana that.
Let's talk about these comps for a second. So, USA's comp is pretty standard, like defensive. I guess you call it. It's still technically like a dive comp. You got the Winston, you got the Diva, the Tracer. They got the mobility to, call out, pick targets, and basically just they can also clean up fights pretty easily. The problem is you can't really dive onto Korea's comp. Their comp is actually kind of weird. I mean, who busts out a Reaper in the World Cup? Okay. So their comp's obviously pretty, stationary. Their plan is just get on the point, sit there, and basically they want Diva and Winston to jump in. They want to blow those guys up with the Reaper. They want Sinatra to flank his balls off, and, Sabiovi's just going to be orb the whole time, zoning out poor Sinatra. Also, yeah, they don't have a Mercy. They got tons of healing with the Ana, though. See what happens.
There is that Ana that we talked about, and a lot of people don't think she's good in the meta, including most of Team USA, but as they said, Jaehong's Ana.
Alright, hang on. Look at Sinatra's health right now. This guy just ate an Ana left click. Let's see how long it takes to get healed up.
Kind of honor.
Okay, not yet. And USA isn't actually taking too much pressure here because the Reaper is the only one dishing out damage. And Sinatra still hasn't been healed up yet. I don't know why.
Well, that's why he's playing it here. Not a lot of people give Ana love in this meta.
But if you notice that Reaper's shield is getting pressured pretty hard. USA isn't in too bad of a spot, aside from Sinatra being super low. They're pressuring that shield. It's about to break. USA is getting ready to make a move. The shield's about to break. They're backing up onto the point. He has to get shield. Flower is actually pretty low. And Sinatra still have health.
Here in the back, healing up his team. A nice bio nade. Going to keep.
Sinatra still have health. So Fact Fiction's moving up onto the point.
Them up and healthy.
They're getting a fight started. Sinatra just died. Okay, hang on a second. Let's track his health from when he gets hit.
Jaehong's Ana is a different kind of honor. Well, that's why he's playing it here. Not a lot of people give Ana love in this meta.
He's half health this whole time.
In the back, healing up his team. A nice bio.
Matt gets pressured a little bit.
Up and healthy. Letting them keep pressure.
When Sinatra goes to flank Ru Jae-hong, he gets blown up by Sabiolve.
And there it is, the first pick up by Sabiolve.
I don't know. I don't want to blame anybody for that. It feels like Sinatra could have backed out to get health. I don't know if Raucus or Adam were close enough or in line of sight for orb. But I feel like Sinatra could have gotten like a health pack or something in that time. Or maybe he was just calling for an orb. No one heard him. Maybe he was just nervous because it's the first game, you know.
He takes down Sinatra and puts South Korea in a
Okay,
very good position.
Sinatra got picked, so the rest of the team's just backing out. If that gets caught, that's going to happen.
That they lost Sinatra very early and then
Matt actually gets caught too.
That was not even a fight that
kind of sucks,
right
but
there.
good news. You get Rez, get your ult back.
He gets in there, takes down Matt. Adam will bring him back up, but resurrecting a team.
So that first fight, it just seemed like Sinatra got pressured and never got healed back up. He went in without getting healed back up and got picked. The USC team just backed out.
I don't know what is happening here. This United States team has taken the first.
Do I agree with pointing out when Sinatra fell? Probably. I mean, the fight didn't even really start there. I think Fact was just now like pushing up the stairs on the left.
Great sign for the United States.
Sinatra and out in the, but ladies and out in the team, a nice bio nade going.
Fact just gets to the top of the hill. God, I wish there were replays. Can't see shit. I hear Sinatra shooting behind Ru Jae-hong right now. Sabiolve looks like he turns around and finishes Sinatra off. Everyone else on USA, like, they're pretty solid. Matt was pressured a little bit, but he wasn't in danger of dying, so everyone just, you know, they made a call to fall back.
It's not
once Sinatra died. It's not that bad. I mean, a quick reset like that. Obviously, it sucks losing that first fight, but what can you do? This isn't a good start. It already sounds like I'm shitting on Sinatra. I'm not. That's just what happened in the first fight. Okay, Matt got rezzed. Gets his mech back.
We just saw South Korea.
Second fight starting. Jake pushing up the left. I think Matt was behind him. Okay, before the fight even starts, Sinatra's already in. He's the first one in. He's got an orb this time. That's good. Only problem is the entire team knows he's there because no one else has initiated the fight yet. I think Jake is still on the left pushing up. I haven't seen anybody else yet.
Utilize the Ana to keep people up.
Okay, Jake and Coolman are coming up the left. Pretty sure.
Or they utilize the Ana to keep.
Yeah, Sinatra went in pretty early and used his pulse bomb. Problem with that is they have a Zarya. I don't know if he stuck anybody, but Zumba probably had a shield, no matter what. That also caused Sinatra to use recall really early.
Now the United States is moving back in.
Okay, after the pulse bomb, Jake and Matt are close enough. Toby basically just says, okay, we're starting to fight. I'm popping my ult. We're going in. Tracer fucked up her bomb and recalled. The rest of these guys are close enough that our slow-ass comp can reach them. Let's go.
They're looking for the opportunity. Sinatra off that flank.
Okay, Sinatra. Poor Sinatra, man.
Very good support.
Okay, so remember, he goes in, pulse bombs, doesn't do anything, probably got shielded. They know he recalled, and Sabiolve sees him. He's half health. Sabiolve's just like, I'm chasing this guy down, doesn't have recall. Right here. There's probably a second here where he could have been healed up a little bit. He didn't get orb. Mercy's probably too far away. And he just dies. Also, look at Raucus' ultimate. He's like...
The sound barrier already used from South Korea. Off that flank. In hot pursuit. The sound barrier
right when Sinatra dies, Raucus' ult is at 98. Can I make it bigger? I can't. There's no full screen on this website I'm using for some reason. I don't know why. When Sinatra dies, I don't think the orb would have healed him fast enough to save him there. Unfortunately, Rox's ult comes out just a little too late. He's at 98% right now. Adam's at 99. Raucus pops his ult just a split second after Sinatra and Fact both die.
Very easily, Hex.
Okay, Zumba gets his ultimate here. And I'm pretty sure...
This fight is all but over as
Zumba got nano boosted also to build his ult faster.
Easily, Hex.
I can't tell. Everything is just white as shit. Yeah, I mean, they're big fans of nano boosting Zarya to get a faster ult.
This fight is all but over. As Sinatra goes, so goes Team USA.
Alright, this grab was just to clean up the end of the fight. Probably wasn't necessary, but you know, it's a World Cup.
He has been getting shut down by his
might as well secure it.
The United States has yet to set a toe on the.
So that fight was basically Sinatra got chased down. Ruckus didn't get his ult up in time. It was just like a second too late. Not his fault. He was at like 98%.
This USA team here yet. Now,
and then South Korea just popped a nano grab.
Waiting there for the pulse bomb and just early pressure. Now he's going to back up just.
All right, check this out. I'm about to drop some knowledge on your face right now. Look at South Korea's positioning right now. So there was a tracer up here. He was harassing a little bit.
Pulse bomb and just early pressure.
It looks like he got Sinatra pretty low. Sinatra recalled. Sabilby drops down underneath towards his mega health. Now, look at Mono this whole time. He's setting up for a flank ult right here. He's watching. He's looking this direction this entire time. Sabilby spots Sinatra on top. That doesn't mean the rest of the team's on top, though. So Mono's still looking this direction.
Up this left flank. Sabilby waiting there for the pulse bomb.
Okay, up here, Sabilby probably calls that they're all coming top. So Mono comes out here and starts, you know, looking for an Earth Shatter. The problem with this is both Mono and Flower are setting up a flank, and Sabilby is under here, right? So Flower is getting close to his ult. Mono is looking to land Earth Shatter. And they know that United States has ult advantage, right? They know they use some of theirs. Jake, you know, is coming out with a visor. So their plan is basically to bait their backline. Their backline is way back here, so that USA has to travel as far as possible to get to this backline, right? A problem for South Korea is that there's nothing up here. There's no front line, because the front line is basically all hiding. There's nothing up here to pressure Fact or like Kumat or to zone out Sinatra from basically just walking up and getting in jump range of their backline, right? So I think during this play, they should have had either Mono or Flower somewhere on this point pressuring these people moving up. If you had like a Reinhardt shield like right here or here, Zarya could like been up here like harassing the Winston. Or once Winston and D.Va like initiated on their backline, the Reinhardt could have been up here blocking the crossfire damage from Ruckus and Jake. I'm talking about Mono, by the way, when I say the Reinhardt. So let's see what happens.
They activate the Valkyrie.
So we just saw Faction jump in.
And Team USA,
right. See how far he's able to walk out for free?
And Team USA, they activate the Valkyrie.
Jumps on their backline.
This is going to be.
Mono is just stuck out here in the open because there's nothing for him to do. There's nothing for him to hit. The flank failed pretty hard.
South Korea is not. That means they have 2 extra lives on.
Flowers flank kind of worked. I mean, you pick Jake.
They have 2 extra lives on here.
But
Flower just
Jake gets res.
In the corner.
Meanwhile, Fact is going ham in the back.
And then for Team USA, this is the fight they had to win, and it's a nice engagement. Adam set the tone with the Valkyrie, and they just dove right in. Dominant stuff.
All right, obviously South Korea's comp works best when they're like kind of close together, right? They want to hold forward as they can, as far as they can, so Reaper can sit behind Reinhardt, pressure these tanks, keep them back, keep them as far back as possible. So they have to like really struggle to get in close to jump range. The problem is they didn't have any of that set up, so USA was able to just jump around and split up the entire Korean backline. And just get picks. You know, they got the pick potential. Fact, he's knocking people off the map. Reaper and Reinhardt are basically just stuck in the back, wandering around trying to catch up.
This is the fight they had to win, and it's a nice engagement. Adam set the tone with the Valkyrie, and
they're just able to single out targets with their mobile comp and get some picks.
They will take first control, but nearly 80% for the side of South Korea. They need
so
to
I think, you know,
in which they don't have Valkyrie up. If that's what they're
South Korea just tried to be a little too cute right there.
Day for them. Matt, Sinatra, Jake, all with their ultimates up. They need to turn those into
either Reaper sitting in the back or that Earth Shatter sitting in the back with the team could have prevented that Winston from going ham.
that helps because
So Rockets just gets a right click. Looks like South Korea's staying up top, try to farm a ult. Or try to farm a ult percentage. It's pretty safe up there usually in their room, but
helps because you look at South Korea right now.
It looks
they're
like
not running the Mercy. They can't undo that.
Jake just gets a pick with the Helix rocket. Also, Flower swaps to McCree right now.
In the United States,
That's probably because
Yeah, with Toby out of it, they have to back out again. You mentioned no
US isn't running like a Genji or anything like that, so McCree is pretty safe to run.
Having to rely on Resurrection is a good fight for them.
And it still works well with their like slow sustained comp behind the Reinhardt. It also zones out tracers better than a Reaper. Plus they know that the USA isn't going to do too many like hardcore dives, so they don't really need the Reaper. If USA was running like a Genji dive, that Reaper would be pretty good about surviving the dive and punishing the tanks.
Fight off of that,
but that's not happening. They're playing more defensive.
Jake, he was able to save the tech visor last fight.
All right, Jake did a super early.
And Jake, he was able to save the tech visor last fight.
Oh my god, you guys hear that? Hang on. There's a fan problem on my computer. That fix it? You just gotta hit it. Okay, problem solved. No, it's not. Hang on a second. Fans making a bunch of noise, breaking my balls right now. Oh my god. Basically just hitting it until it stops. That's usually how I fix it. Okay, everything good now? What was I talking about? I think I was talking about Jake's early ultimate. Okay, Jake pops his ult before the fight happens.
But now he has everything in his sights. Tech visor's up.
Doesn't force any ults or anything. They're just able to kind of
but now he has everything
move over with the shield and block all that.
Gets stymied by the Reinhardt shield. Heavy.
Okay, after the aimbot wears off, it's another Toby ult initiation. But here's the thing: United States can just back the hell out. They have a really mobile comp. They're set up in the usual spots, line of sighting behind these pillars. Jake's way over here by the statue. He can just sprint away. And I don't think Korea reaches anybody.
At the last moment. Now he's going to back up a bit, but South Korea, they roll.
Yeah, they don't do anything. That was basically a wasted sound barrier.
On to the point, nano boost and barrier to make space, and yet the USA, they were
Sabioli got nano boosted.
able to disengage really well here. They're still
Doesn't
very much in this
anything
fight,
with it.
and Adam might be flying
Mono.
in just a moment.
Well, that is an earth shatter. It does not.
Okay, Mono gets a good ult. Takes out Adam, which is pretty big. Meanwhile, I think Matt and Sinatra flanked the backline and took out Flower.
Knocked on one, unable to get it down, but that is
Mono cleans up Jake. So right now it's not that bad. Both teams are down 2, a healer and a DPS. But here's where the mobility of like USA's comp kind of makes up for
knocked on one, unable.
having that weak
That's an earth
front
shatter.
line.
It does knocked on one, unable to get it down, but that is a huge.
All right, after Matt helps finish off Flower, he basically backs up to protect Raucus from Sabiolve. So Matt backs out. Raucus is getting hella low. Matt, the savior,
Adam, who is going to have his
along with Raucus, take out Sabiolve. And Sinatra and Fact are able to focus down Ryujehang. So when it was even 4 vs 4, Matt and Raucus were able to focus down Sabiolve, and Fact and Sinatra were able to take out Ryujehang. So there's 2 different sets of like people here that are able to just like coordinate focus targets way faster than South Korea can. Like Mono's just walking around all slow as shit, and I don't know where Zumba is. He's over here on the right.
His wings clipped. No flight there, no resurrections. However, United States still in this fight.
Somebody takes out Sinatra, but fight's over by then. Sinatra uses... Did Sinatra pulse bomb after the fight was over?
There are no resurrections. However, United States still in this fight.
And that is a blessing in disguise. Rockus with the pick from behind.
Kind of, but that's fine.
Now. He's going to have it for the next fight, which could be the final fight in this round.
Yeah, Adam got shattered early.
There, and now you see South Korea
but they still won the fight. Now they have Adam's ult up.
Situations that are manageable. Sabioe, who started this fight off so well with killing Sinatra, has his pulse bomb up, and there is a dead-eye. United States needs a clutch on Valkyrie yet again.
United States holding here in the back. Sinatra.
This fight, this is the type of fight where if this was like a tournament and this was like an actual team, South Korea the next day would be reviewing this fight. It'd be like, what the fuck are we thinking? So check this out. This is a classic, dive versus dive type thing. If you notice, South Korea is now swapped to Diva and Winston. So those two, along with the Tracer, they're like, let's dive these NA scrubs, take them out. Only problem is they still have that McCree. And when you're retaking a point like this, I'm rewinding a little bit. So we got the tanks and the Tracer moving up through the middle. I'm fast forwarding. I'm going forward, by the way. Jake and these guys, they're backing out, obviously. Toby, they're moving up. Meanwhile, we see Sinatra. Here, I'll just play it.
Clutch on Valkyrie yet again.
So those guys are going ham over the stairs, right?
Holding here in the back.
Sinatra's flanking. Just to be annoying, as you should. But while this is going on, there's 3 people back here zoning out Sinatra. That's mainly because this is just a good position for Zen and McCree, and they just want to be aware of where Sinatra is. I don't know if Toby should be back here though. But while this is going on, Winston, Diva, or Zumba, Mono, and Sebulbe are basically diving the U.S. team 3v5.
Has to be careful not to die. He's not going to be able to res here.
So Mono goes down.
Goes down early in
and
this fight. There's no res for him.
Zumba gets blown up. And Sebulbe gets blown up. That's usually what happens when you go in 3v5 like that with no ults or anything. This is just okay when you're retaking with a comp like this Winston Diva comp. They went left. Some people went down middle, and USA actually backed out. South Korea could have walked up, taking positions on top of these stairs and on the point, like where Sinatra is right now, and let McCree and Ryu Jae-hong kind of move up a little bit. As soon as Mono and Zumba and Sebulbe go over those stairs, let's see if I can find it. Like right here, as soon as they walk up over these stairs, they're not getting any help from these 3 players at all. It's just straight up 3v5. They got two turned up, 2 hype to dive the NA team.
Goes down early in this fight. There's no res for
and they just dive for it.
Dominating. This could be the round.
It looks like it. There's a lot of red in the kill feed of the red, white, and blue as they continue to clean up 99%.
That was just kind of a bad fight from South Korea.
Stage on Nepal.
U.S. was just on top of the stairs, set up, shooting them as they moved up, and then South Korea just dove too far.
This is the Overwatch World Cup, and Team USA, they will not be denied. They take this first round.
A couple more stages like that, Monty's going to have to find a sewing kit.
All right, fast forward.
He's going to have to do
Who's controlling this thing?
Repair work there, I'd say. But it's
Mercy meta.
We used to see this a lot, don't see it quite as often.
I'm just doing a review because I'm kind of bored getting into coaching. I would like to, but
this time
who has coaching spots available these days? Well, here's the thing. Let me rewind. When McCree was walking out that left door, right, he was high nooning.
Again,
United States holding here in the back.
He pops high noon right there. USA backs out, but South Korea chases too far. During this point right here, I'm not sure if he's still channeling high noon. I think he might be, because he's still walking all slow-mo and shit. And then he lets it go and hits Sinatra. So I think he was just following Sinatra because that was the only one that was in range. I other than that, I don't think they were too worried about him. You know, it's Zen McCree. They eat tracers, you know, all day. They could have easily just walked up and still kept an eye on him, you know. But just for the split second, they were, you know, focusing on him, and that's when their front line just dove in way too hard. If the front line was taking control of the point or on top of the stairs and, you know, just playing it safe, then the McCree and Zen could have moved up, kind of like they are right now. So now McCree and Zen are on top of the stairs like they would have been. But it's just too late. The front line dove too hard. I mean, if you ask them about it, they just say, yeah, we fucked up. All right. Next map.
We used to see this a lot, don't see it quite as often.
Fucking Bastion. Alright, so you got standard Pharah comp versus, you know, the basically what they were running before, but with Bastion instead of McCree and
this
Reaper.
time, they are rolling with it in the United States.
Okay, right off the bat, USA made a very good decision to fucking bail and go to the point.
The other side, they don't want to.
But they got to make sure. See, Sabilby up here. He's the only threat to Raucus right now. They got to make sure they get him out of there.
It's going to be
off the
good
top.
to be able to poke down the Bastion, and they're just going to move over to the side. This is where you really want your pharmacy.
That was good by Jake. He knocks the Reinhardt down, forcing them to go, you know, to the bottom, to drop down, to go to the point.
Them all onto the ground.
And now this is really nice.
It looks like they got rid of the Tracer too. So now Jake and Raucus can just like hover over the top all day, no problem.
Positioning from the U.S. Now they're moving back in. They have a plan of attack. They've had some time to digest, and they're flanking South Korea from both sides. South Korea, very much death ball.
There you go.
Balling right now, taunting the U.S. move in, and they do get
Sinatra dies to Sabilby before the fight.
Resurrect Sinatra, so that resurrection is down. Now they're fighting at even forces, though. But Flower
Fact goes down. Sinatra got rezzed.
One of his primary jobs is to shred through those tanks, and he does so with ease. And now South Korea piles on the kills. They will pile on percentage. United States.
All right, let's see what happened to Sinatra. What the fuck am I? Okay. Forward. Look at Sinatra's health already. It's a little low. He's about half.
South Korea from both sides. South Korea
It's getting really low again.
Right now.
Okay. He was like around here. I don't know if you can see. You can see my mouse, right? Let me check. Like that. Okay, you can see it now. So he was over here harassing. He gets low. He blinks over behind this wall.
Taunting the U.S. move in. Balling right now. Taunting the U.S. move in.
Instead of waiting to get healed up, looks like he just decided to peek Sabilby, who is
right now.
On this left side over here. So he peeks when he has like 10 health and dies.
And they do get this
He gets rezzed. Okay, Fact goes in on the left. Matt goes in to try to, like, you know, save him, obviously, from the Bastion, but it looks like it's a little late.
And they do
Plus, when all that happens,
they have to.
Looks like Raucus and Sinatra, or Raucus and Jake weren't ready for it.
Sinatra, so that resurrection is down.
So Sinatra went down. Faction looks like he went in a little early, or it just wasn't coordinated very well. Matt got there a little late, and Sinatra or Jake got there a little late also.
United States needs to
I mean, this whole round is probably just not knowing how to approach the fight against Bastion.
Faith in their ability to simply just hold together on the point. And now you take a look at the position.
You know what I mean?
Take the high ground and utilize the fact that they don't always have.
It seemed very uncoordinated. They're probably trying to start the fight and figure out how to start the fight at the same time, you know? One guy sees the opportunity to do something, so he makes the move, but no one else is really ready for it.
Have to immediately.
Okay, this is a good idea. As soon as they see South Korea move up top, Jake and Raucus start walking in and take the high ground.
Utilize the fact that they don't.
That's a good idea. You want to get in there early before they get set up on top, or else it's super hard to get in because Bastion's just, you know, spraying you in there.
That's the point, but no.
So someone starts contesting the point. I think it's Raucus.
Immediately dive onto the point, but no.
South Korea dropped to the point.
Oh, actually, they're going to go straight onto...
Bastion sets up in that corner right there. You can see him like do the classic jump and shift in the air.
Actually,
move right there.
Go straight onto point. They don't want to give the U.S. even a hope of getting.
Jake starts flanking. He's got his ult up.
It's gonna be a flanking barrage. I think he was looking for it right there. Didn't see what he wanted.
Okay. He sees sound barrier come out. Decides against ulting, which in that scenario it might be worth suiciding for a kill on Bastion, especially because Rocket just popped his ult. However, it's a good thing he doesn't, because Bastion got nano boosted and he had his ult up. Yeah, if he went in here and like just melee range ulted, Flower would have lived probably. I'm not sure why Rockets popped his ult so early. I don't think anyone died, right?
A little bit scrappy here.
Let's watch it again. So fight's about to start. No one's dead yet.
They don't want to give the US even
Matt gets pretty low,
but
then Rockets pops his ult. Let's see how long it takes to die, for someone to die. Snatcher goes down. I don't know, I think there was a chance that Rockets could have waited on his ult, and if he heard sound barrier, nano boost, and Bastion's ult go off, he probably could have decided to save it for the next fight, which would have been huge. He popped it pretty early though. Matt went down, Sinatra went down. I have no idea where he was. Okay, I see him over here right now.
I want to give the US even a hope of getting on.
Looks like he gets kind of low. I don't know where the fuck Sinatra is.
Could be a flanking barrage. I think he was looking for it right there. Didn't see what he wanted because he saw.
He died to Sabiola, so he probably just got. I think Sabiola came around the back where he is right now. Probably just flanked him. This fight was just, they stacked a bunch of shit onto Bastion. And they got melted. Sound barriers prevented the barrage from doing anything.
Flower just lets the Gatling gun fly. Team USA, what do they have to do here, Hex?
It is a little interesting that they're running a...
Okay, so South Korea used 3 ultimates that fight. United States doesn't have much up. Plus, Jake swapped... Oh yeah, the previous fight, Sinatra was Genji. So Sinatra went Genji to deal with, or to help deal with the Bastion, at least. The problem with that, I think, Genji's obviously pretty good against Bastion. You get in his face, you can't shoot, stuff like that. The problem is, you have to drop Tracer. And you don't want to drop Tracer, dude.
On the point between the two teams.
So it looks like the next fight, Sinatra swaps back and Jake goes straight to Genji. Okay, that's a little better. Kind of late to make swaps like that. It always sucks to swap mid-cough because you only get so many ult charges around, right? So losing that ultimate charge on anything kind of sucks. Okay, USA's moving in a little bit. What the fuck? Okay, I have a note here. It says Jake decides to 1v6. Let's see what happens.
Here, Adam does get the barrier up. Hasn't used it here just yet. They're healing up Matt. They want to go in.
Yeah, that's what happened. So Matt's over here. The rest of the 4 players on USA went around the left, left to the point. Matt's watching Jake, probably thinking, Jake, get out of there. You're crazy. Matt bails. Jake dies.
Oh, Jake gets picked off.
Yeah. I'm not sure what that was about. I mean, normally I would say like miscommunication or something is usually a problem with that type of situation, but the rest of the team seemed to know what to do. You might have not heard it, or you might have just got too hype in a match. It's a World Cup. You gotta get hype. Okay, so Jake dies. To start to jump on Flower.
That is brutal.
Oh shit, Toby stole the Zarya shield here somehow. Look at that.
Jake gets picked off.
Watch this. Boop. How the fuck? Okay, so Toby steals the Zarya shield here instead of Flower somehow.
Is brutal. They might be able to res it up.
Zunba makes a 4,000 IQ play, popping his own shield and standing in melee range of Flower here just to block damage.
And they are going to res it as they move in. The barriers.
Okay, Rockets reses Jake.
And they are going to res it as they move in. The barrier's been dropped.
Okay, let's see here. They're getting in Flower's face. They take him out. That's good.
This dive is moving forward.
Well, they are going to take down Flowers, so that is a big...
Okay, watch this. Zumba the God, you ready? Watch this. Okay, he's building his ult. Sabiobe's probably screaming in his ear, I have fucking pulse bomb, do something. So,
now, this dive is moving forward.
Zumba gets his ult right here. But he's got Jake in front of him. Now, I'm sure he's been in this situation against, Korean God Genjis, where if there's a Genji right in your face, that Genji is fucking watching every move you make. If you make anything looking like an ultimate animation, he's gonna deflect the shit out of it, right? So Zumba knows this. He plays it cool.
They are going to take down...
He knows, all right, he's getting low, but he could probably take out Jake. So he starts fragging, and sees like right here, Jake moves out of the way just enough, and Zumba flicks to the left and makes it around Jake.
Look at
that.
that is a big
Right
problem
there.
out of the mix that they don't have to deal with.
And as all, you see Jake with his deflect out, like, what the fuck? I was waiting for that. What happened?
Out of the mix that
Look at
they don't
Jake,
have to
Spaghetti City. Okay, so now he's in the deflect, or he got sucked into the grab too somehow. Matt's in there,
Got his grab. He does
and
catch it.
Matt.
And the pulse.
Okay, Matt, this is the only time I really recognized you kind of fucking up. I hate to do it to you. So you get sucked into the grab, right?
Zuba's
Right here, you pop your ult in the grab,
got his grab. He does.
and then you die to the pulse bomb because you're outside the mech, and you had some health left, so you didn't need to ult there. But I know it's like the last fight, you killed the Bastion, you want to just fuck people up, right? Okay, so in the grab,
Zuba's got his grab. He does.
Matt ults, Faction runs into the grab deliberately, which is fine, and drops his shield, which, helps, except for there's a bomb in there.
Catch a bunch.
The shield does block the Earth Shatter, but everyone's kind of dead by then.
And the pulse bomb comes in. Big
Pulse bomb
bang.
comes
You
in.
can't res all that death.
That's a little
Everyone
bit
does.
too much, even for Raucus there. And now we're in overtime. South Korea.
So
much more.
USA could have played that a little better. I mean, obviously I've got 20/20 hindsight right now.
But Zuba's got his
But
grab. He does catch.
if Faction didn't go in, and if Matt saved his ultimate, his mech would have died. He might have been able to use his ult to get a new mech before, dying as Baby Diva. So if Faction stayed out and let the team get bombed, and Matt was able to get his new mech back, they would have had 4 players up. They would have had Raucus, who wasn't in it, same with Sinatra, and Fact and Matt might have been alive. Oh yeah, another thing, Matt.
Just moving forward.
I noticed right here,
Flowers. That is a big
you're fighting Sabulba. You see him.
out of the mix that they don't
He blinks over. You're looking at him.
deal with.
I think right here, you might have had a chance to go for a block with the Matrix, but you pop your ult. I don't know if you didn't have any charge left or just got too hype. I don't know. If you blocked that pulse bomb, you would have been a hero.
Zuba's got his grab. He does catch a bunch in it. And the pulse bomb comes in.
So everyone dies. If Matt and Faction were, or Faction, Faction's a different person. Don't worry about him. If they were still up and they somehow made it a 4v4, Rockets might have been able to build an ult. It might have been a different fight, but at the same time, Toby has his ult. He pops his ult.
You can't res
It would have been hard to clean it up.
That's a little bit too much, even for Raucus.
Raucus
there.
died pretty
Now
quick
we're in overtime.
afterwards, so he
South
might have
Korea,
still just been
much
killed
more dominant
immediately.
on the stage. They had a game plan. They executed. They controlled
Oh hey, Fact Fiction's here.
space. We're going the round.
Hey, let me know if I'm misinterpreting anything. I'm just calling it like I see it.
Game plan. They executed.
Overall, though, even if you guys play that perfect, like
Space. We're going the round 3.
in terms of like not using Diva ult or jumping into the
stages in
the thing to shield it,
it
still would've been really hard to clean up afterwards.
Especially when it came to first
so I think that
fights.
fight
They
was kind of lost.
people early.
Unless Jake made a god play, deflected the grab, or if Matt blocked the bomb. Let's watch that Zumba play again, dude. This guy's nuts. Look at this.
Problem out of the mix.
Get the hell out of my way, Jake. Bam.
Zumba's got his grab. He does catch a bunch in it, and the pulse bomb comes in. Big bang. You can't res all that death.
That's
Feels
a
bad,
bit
man.
Too much, even for Raucus there, and now we're in overtime. South Korea much more dominant in the stage.
I knew it was
They
on
had the game plan,
purpose. I mean,
they
that's a fine
executed,
play.
they
It's pretty
controlled
common. Block the Earth Shatter
space. We're
with
going
the
to
bomb.
three.
There's only so many things mid-fight that you can worry about, you know?
Of two stages indeed. United States on both stages seemed a little bit hesitant, especially when it came to first fights.
All right. Fast forward.
ZP.
But there's designers listening. Look,
Yeah, he was close to the
secret
flex. I
goal
mean,
down
he
there.
had it. He had the presence of mind to try it. You know what I mean? He was
That's
aware,
how that went
and he
down,
was
but
watching.
The time for Laura's over.
He's
Time
watching for it.
round
It's
three
just
begun. US
while he was avoiding the Zarya laser to not die, Zumba just sneaked it in there, and it was huge. That won the
South
round.
Korea. We'll see who's the victor here as both roll out.
It is Orissa's time now as both teams
Oh, here
choosing
comes-
to
yeah, the
run
suck-off
the
play.
Orissa hero on this map. It's
Okay, composition-wise, right now, this map's fucking annoying, man. Because the first fight is literally just like almost with any comp, it's just shield, spam, and try to get a pick either with like hooking somebody or sucking someone off the map, or like with some Junkrat spam or a rocket spam. You know what I mean? Usually because it's so hard to initiate on the other side that it's just like solo tracers flanking, and they can't really do shit by themselves until
gonna be
like
a
someone
fight over
dies,
the
and then they can
stairs.
kind of like
Got
make a move, you know?
Flowers, Junkrat on one side, defied the meta, and now Junkrat
So
is
just a lot of spam going on.
Junkrat is
You know, a lot of
Shields are
support,
meta. Team
building
USA,
ultimate.
They're gonna try and win the shield battle here without the Junkrat. Instead, South
Not
Korea,
a whole
they have
lot going
much
on.
stronger Junkrat.
So you would think that Junkrat has, or is providing them with more shield pressure along with Roadhog, which it is, but United States isn't missing that much damage because they have fucking Zenyatta, who does crazy ass shield damage. He's spamming that thing nonstop. You got Matt, who's generally positioned pretty close to help with the shield damage, you know?
United States to give up some ground, and now
Here we go.
Korea
Fact, you ready?
moving on to the point.
There it is.
Prioritize the point. Oh, goodbye! He moved it to the point.
searching for that goal.
Okay. So,
And Junkrat, and that's
yeah, they move on to the point.
Point's
Point's active.
Moving on to the
Fact
point.
says, get off my fucking point and
Prioritize the point. Oh,
get the initial pick.
to the point.
That's all you need.
Searching for that goal.
I mean, that's kind of what this first fight's all about, you know, getting that first pick, and hopefully you don't fuck up the
Fiction
follow-up.
able to pull Zumba off of the edge. That's usually
So, right here, Sinatra starts his flank. You know, you got the pick so he can make a move. Toby's just getting shot in the ass.
Roadhog shot, and they
He dies. He built a lot of ult charge, but not
pile
enough.
on by taking down Toby.
And then,
The
you know, just start
resurrection
cleaning it
not
up.
Going to be available by all rights. This should be the United States fight.
And Hex,
I don't see anything too huge here other than-
dropping people.
Oh, one important thing here is, obviously, when you get sucked off the map,
Should able to pull Zumba off of
you
the
can't
edge.
be
That's
rezzed.
Usually the other way around.
So
That is
Toby
Roadhog shot. And they
dies second. So he not only can he not res Zumba, he dies.
pile on by taking
So
down Toby.
during this
The
entire fight, they get
resurrection
zero
not
value out of
available by
res.
all rights. This
Meanwhile,
should be the
Adam
United States
is able to
And
res
Hex, I gotta say, you know what helps prevent a
Fact
resurrection?
when he goes down.
Dropping people into a pit of doom.
So it's just you get the initial pick, you got the flank on the Mercy, you can't res, and you know, you wear him down over time.
They are gone for good.
Your Jae-Hong, he messed up. What do you do?
By taking down Toby, the resurrection not going to be available by all rights. This should be
Did something happen before that? Because there's not much else he could have done. I mean, he didn't have grenade up, and by the time he noticed Toby was getting flanked by this tracer, he was like almost dead.
usually the other.
And also, Sinatra didn't kill him. He was still reloading. This happened really fast. He was reloading when Toby died. Toby died from crossfire from Jake,
Way around. That is Roadhog shot, and they pile on by taking
which is a
down
big reason
Toby.
why
The
Soldier is used here a lot.
resurrection is
Soldier
going
can
to be
just chill
available by all
in
rights. This
Africa,
should be the
be
United
pretty
States
safe
fight.
by himself, and just have constant pressure shooting on the point. Junkrat, on the other hand, Obviously, a lot of good shield damage, but if there's people like standing on the point or standing like around the map, kind of spread out, there's no good targets for a Junkrat. He just has to like kind of choose something, maybe sneak up on close range and one-shot somebody with like a mine, you know? But other than that,
and Hex, I gotta say, no,
you better be landing some good-ass tires.
Dropping people into a pit of doom.
That's absolutely true.
And he has a tire coming up.
Body on the ground to be able to revive if you put someone into the environmental.
Do we think Sabilby was specifically focused, or told to focus Sinatra? I mean, it's kind of part of the Tracer's job to watch out, keep an eye on the other Tracer, but
They are gone.
that doesn't mean you're supposed to fight other Tracers constantly, you know what I mean? On this, it depends on the map, but I'm sure Sabilby wants to flank by himself a lot, not just play defensive and zone out the other Tracer. A lot of the time, Tracer's on the other side of the map, you know, running around. You don't have time to go after
In
him.
the United States, they know they have an edge here. They don't have to fight right up there. They can rotate around the point and make South Korea engage on them.
Okay, say that they see him like setting up a flank here.
Everything. There's a lot of check marks there.
Here comes the tire. Hang on a second.
The tire out first.
So tire comes out, but USA is spread around the map pretty well.
It is right away.
Fact has a clutch, you know, damage reduction maneuver here. Yeah, Junkrat is really good at the start because of like the long, you know, spam fight at the start. And if you win that fight, it's really good at stopping them at that first choke point. If you lose the fight, it's no bueno. I mean, I'm pretty sure Flower swaps off to Soldier after this, but he stayed on Junkrat to retake because he had a tire. So Fact survives the tire because of his damage reduction thing. If you look in the background, Jake. Actually, I'm not sure how.
Everything.
Sabilby takes up Mono. Where the fuck is Mono?
They have this fight.
Everything. There's a lot of check marks there.
I guess. Oh, he's on the point. Or the shield is anyway.
The tire out first. Resurrection might be used.
Okay. Other than that, Sabilby back here on the right. Why am I pointing to the screen? You can't see. He's over here. He is trying to flank, but he's flanking into a Zen and he's getting Discord orbed. He's orbing like the Mercy if Mercy's getting focused, and Jake's there with, you know, a scary ass rocket and a healing pad. So as far as flanks go, that's fucking impossible almost, unless you one clip somebody.
Mano, it is right away.
So Tire doesn't do anything. Sinatra is fragging somewhere. I can't see it, but he's fragging. Toby gets reses on both of them, though.
Not necessarily get what he's looking for. Now both resurrections from
so
this
Sabilby hasn't done shit. He's been fighting back here, unable to kill anybody, and he gets cleaned up right there trying to bail. Look how USA is positioned, though. You got Matt over here, you got Sinatra over here, Fact over here, and the support and Soldier back here somewhere. These are like 0 targets for a Junkrat. There's like almost nothing you can do unless you sneak down right here and like try to one-shot Sinatra or something. Or flank all the way around. I don't know.
But the United States is stabilizing this fight.
And Jake's about to get the visor. This could be a full cleanup visor if it's even necessary here. United
So
States,
Tire doesn't do anything. I think this fight was just, you know, Junkrat unable to really add to the fight at all. He swapped off to Soldier.
The United States is 50% away from taking map 1.
They've got Valkyrie.
Another thing is, every time Korea tries to move up and pressure this point, it's just, you know, Facts over here spam the shit out of it, Matt's over here spam the shit out of it. The shield goes down pretty easily. They can't move on to the point at all.
And Jake's about to get the visor. This could be a
And if he can't get close enough, Roadhog isn't going to be able to hook anything. Like I said, Junkrat isn't going to be able to do anything. And Mono probably can't get too many angles on his right clicks.
What a turn of the tape here, Hex. The United States is 50% away.
Yeah, let me re-chat for a second. Which hero do I think would be better on this map instead of Tracer? Tracer's the best on every map, man.
from taking map
I definitely
one.
think
They've got Valkyrie up. They've got
overall,
tactical visor
Soldier is probably
sights.
better than Junkrat. I could see Junkrat starting the map though. It's unfortunate they lost the first fight because Fact landed a god a suck off. We need a better term for that. And they ended up losing the first fight. If they won that first fight, he probably would have held the choke point pretty well, Junkrat.
South Korea used a lot of ults in that.
Other than that, the comp's pretty fine. Roadhog is another one of those heroes where if he's allowed to move around, he can get a lot of hooks on people off the map, which is pretty good because those guys can't be rezzed. But I mean, as far as hook targets go, you're not really going to reach the supports or Jake who are sitting in the back. You might be able to get a hook on Sinatra, but you know, hooks against top tier tracers are not easy. Other than that, it's just like Matt who can fly back up and Orisa who can use her, you know, ability to not get pulled. I don't know what that move's called.
Resurrections.
All right, Sinatra. Off
So
on the
Sinatra
flank,
starts
the
flanking,
distraction. Riding the line between
gets a
light and
lot
dark.
of damage into this Roadhog.
Trying the
Again with the shield pressure, like as soon as they walk on that point, that shield starts cracking.
Trying to just distract a little bit more while the rest
Gets
of
in
the
some
United
good
States
damage there. That shield goes down, and those two are just sitting there. Both those tanks are just sitting there.
A big pickoff from Sinatra.
Exposed as AF. Where was Matt positioned? I think Matt was positioned on the point pretty close.
Trying
I think
to
he's
just distract a little
under.
bit more while-
Yeah, he's right here. He's even putting in a lot of shield damage. So Sinatra gets a lot of damage in that Roadhog. The shield goes down. They clean up the tanks on the point.
They get mana early
Rock is just probably just laying in tons of damage with that Discord Orb too.
on. A big pickoff from Sinatra. Come fly with me.
And it's just
As the
super
United
hard to
States
retake a
is
point like that with just the
1
Orisa
away
shield.
from taking this map.
Adam
It's still kind of even, but Adam has
I'm
all.
not sure it was
and just, you
necessary,
know,
but no
gets those
reason
reses
to
off. Toby
hold
doesn't
on
have
to
it.
They will clean up, getting some stuff.
Now right here, they might have had a chance for a last fight. If these two were somehow jumped off the map, reset, or just played a little safer while disengaging, they might have been able to survive. If Mercy got that Mega Health there before jumping out,
It'd be great if they
you
get
know,
this kill
but
for Toby. Sinatra goes deep.
instead Sinatra is hungry as hell.
South Korea, they are
Takes out Toby. Jake gets a rocket on the Ana that was trying to escape, so they just stagger those two.
now. It's a
They stagger those two, which basically means you're screwed. If the rest of the team would like regrouped, managed to get like a pick or to sneak around the side or something to get onto the point to stall it, those supports might have had time to come back.
Korea, they have to get on the
But
point with less people.
USA said,
Sinatra
"Nah,
diving
son.
deep.
That
So
ain't
deep
happening."
right now, they can't even
They go in,
reset. 3%
and they
left.
start
Can
just,
anyone
you know,
even touch this
cleaning up.
Sablevi, he's doesn't get there.
They don't give him the chance to.
United States takes map one.
Junkrat and Soldier,
The old
maybe.
crooner, Blue Eyes himself, Sinatra,
I don't know.
showing up for the United States after
I think after the first point, if you lose it, Junkrat is pretty terrible no matter what lineup.
He comes up enormous. I've seen Sinatra do this in professional play on his stream whenever. He has a fifth gear that he just hits and he takes off and dominates a team.
That was crazy towards the end. South Korea,
As far
by
as
all
focusing
rights,
down Fact
should have
Shield,
had one more team.
The only one behind Fact Shield is Fact. So if you break his shield, it's not a big deal. The supports and Soldier can play far enough back that they're not taking any damage. And Fact isn't really in danger of getting hooked. Diva can protect herself. So, you know, Orisa's shield isn't doing a whole lot for Team USA there other than protecting Fact. It's we need to retake the point and stand on there. That's when other people need to use the shield. And if they die instantly, you're screwed.
Fight, but the United States, they sensed weakness. They went in with
So I think it's a bad idea to keep shooting full HP targets when you have full ult. If you're, I don't know, like someone like Junkrat, you always have the potential of getting a pick, so maybe not. I don't know. Sometimes you can just, you know, land a few headshots on a Tracer as Soldier and get a pick. So it depends.
unbridled aggression.
I know there's
We're
definitely
able to take
times
that.
where
But guys, this set is just beginning. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, map
if you
two
think
will be underway.
the enemy Mercy might be close to ults, then you might not want to spam as much, things like that. But
BlizzCon.
No reason to hold on to it.
Alright,
They will
so
clean up, get
USA
some
takes the
steps.
first map. Easy game.